All right. Wonder what's going on up here. Anyway, what's up, folks? How are you doing? Hopefully, everybody's having a good night. Do what I need to do here and get going. About that simple. Oh, hold on. Oh, I can feel the muscles. Sore today. Oh, all right. All right. Give me a second. All right. Let's get it. That's right. Let's get this party started. That's right. All right. So, like I said, I am super famous. That's right. That is number one. First order of business. Everyone needs to acknowledge and recognize that I am a famous celebrity. That is right. Famous. And when I come through whatever city or state it is, I expect gifts and presents galore. That's right. For I am a bigger deal than Paris Hilton. That's right. Paris Hilton doesn't have a cape or wings, and she doesn't fly. Right? So, like I said, my reputation precedes me. I am the one and only, the famous, most famous celebrity of all time. That's right. And I don't even care about it. I don't even pay attention. But like I said, I'm just not that type of guy. Not that type of individual. I'm humble. But like I said, we just got to keep on focusing, keep on moving forward, keep on winning and stacking them victories. Boy, that's what we doing. We're stacking up the victories, right? I just made another small investment too right now. Small, but a little something, because that's the thing. I need everyone to get behind me and support me, man. I'm struggling. You know what I mean? Because I've done everything for everybody. I've done a lot. I've gotten a lot done. Just like the title says, I've accomplished more than hell everyone and anyone has in the last 6,000 years. And that's a fact. That's real. Now, hold on real quick. The celebrity has to do something. Hold on. All right. as I said, practically omnipotent, man. At the point I can read minds. You understand? Like I said, I just love it, man. I love it. The position I'm in is one of true success, right? Like I said, it's just the truth. I've gotten a lot done, a whole lot done. And I'm just barely getting started. You understand? Like I said, this is the real deal over here. This is real. You know what I mean? So I'm about my business. You feel me? Got to do what I got to do. I'm going to be working more on the jumping soon. It's kind of some other components I want to add in there, but it's hard to explain. It's like when you're gliding and flying through the air, like, you know how in the depictions he kind of like turns. I want to do that. I want to get to the point that I can do that. That's what I want to do. That would be super cool. Feel me? So I don't know how I'm going to work towards it. I have an idea of how, but it's like you know how I do like the spin kicks, kind of like that. It's kind of like the spin kicks, kind of like somersaults and like aerial acrobatics. I'm gonna have to look into that kind of like acrobatics. A lot of it is somewhat like gymnastics. Somebody said that today. Somewhat like acrobatics. It's a lot of different components to it. They said I'm entering into like my magician era, like where I'm getting some other gifts unlocked. I'm the real deal, man. So, like I said, there's a lot of different phases that I go through and upgrades. I had to go through a real transformation to get to this point and to become what I have become, which is something that you can't even understand. None of you. Right? So just because I make jokes, oh, it's 100% real. Believe that. You best believe that. So like I said, we are going to continue to do what we do. We are going to continue to move forward. We are going to continue to make calm decisions, right? We are going to continue to be smart. I'm not worried about none of those. Whatever else folks are on, that's what they on. Like I said, you know what I mean? I'm only talking to folks and entertaining things that are conducive for me and my environment and about, you know, pushing me forward. I'm way ahead of the game, man. I already know what it is. You know what I mean? I know what it is. I ain't worried about nothing. I know what I'm doing. You understand? Making all the right moves and all the right decisions. Feel me? So, like I said, we're going to keep on winning. Going to keep on winning. We're going to keep on moving forward. And it's just that simple, man. You know, apparently, like I said, apparently I'm worth watching, right? Right? Apparently I'm worth focusing on, right? Right. It's a compliment. You understand? I have to do my job, bro. When I'm out here, understand I have to get my videos. I'm here to do my job. I'm not here for anything else. The whole point of this is for me to be able to blend in. I am the knight. You understand? Yeah. Oh, we're going to do what we want. Yeah. All across the board. What you mean? Like I said, I'm out here working, bro. I got a job to do. You feel me? So, like I said, I'm going to keep on doing my job. Feel me? Mm-hmm. A lot of folks in their feelings because of whatever their own situation is. I mean, good. You know what I mean? That means I'm doing everything right. It means I'm doing everything right. It means I'm winning. I'm getting stronger every day. Stronger as time goes on. God already told me everything, man. He already told me everything. He said not to tell anybody when I get my money. I'm getting download after download talking about, they real specific too. They saying for me, everything's going to get fixed. Like, you know, it was even saying even the fangs, my fangs, boy. I don't know how that's going to work, but That'll be my decision about whether, because I don't really know how I can, do that. I've been through too much physically, but maybe there's an easier way, I don't know. But I mean, as long as it was done the right way, you know what I mean? Because I just don't trust any of those systems to work properly. They don't do what they say they do. That's the truth. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It said I'm gonna have some pets. So if you're listening out there, and like I said, I'm gonna say this one more time, Christina, if you're real and you're trying to talk, you need to talk. And again, I just don't use that email, right? I've explained everything. That's the point, I'm out here working. I have a job to do, right? And I'm going to focus on my job. So, again, if anyone's trying to talk to me, anyone at all, Christina, whoever, right? I said, they're more than welcome to donate and leave a phone number or an email, preferably a phone number, so I can tell the difference and see what's going on and have a real conversation. Don't you think that's necessary? Right. Like I said, it's not hard for folks to support me. It's not hard, bro. Everybody has $1 to send, like everyone, bro. You know what I mean? Anyone. I mean, you're talking about anyone at any level. They got $1. They can send $1. You know what I mean? And just say, I love you. It's real. I'm on my way. Something like, please let me know what's going on. Whoever this is talking about these readings, because I have no idea. I am, I'm not confused about anything. I just, got to move forward. I'm, I've explained everything. And that's the thing. Like, I just don't have a clue what's going on with any of that, but these readings are very specific. Yeah. They're talking about I'm going to have some pets, which is awesome because I really want some kittens. I want cats. I love cats. I was talking about a dog too, possibly like a little dog, little doggy. That'd be cool. I just want to be happy. God also in the readings and the downloads, it said God is making this difficult on purpose. God has done a lot on purpose that y'all wouldn't understand and y'all would be in your feelings about if you were in this journey, but I understand it. They tell me all the time, it says it's not supposed to be easy. That sure as hell isn't. It sure as hell ain't easy. It ain't easy now. Still, it ain't never been easy, but I'm just happy some man gave me $5 today. He hollered Batman, I walked over to him, said hi, how you doing? I just talked to him like anyone, normal folks. I'm a normal person. And he was like, here, and he gave me $5. It's pretty cool. And then he said he had to get going because I was gonna, show him everything I do on here or whatever. He said he had to get going. I was like, cool. It was pretty cool, man. That was God talking. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody else gave me $2, but I already spent that, or most of it. I think I got a little bit left, some change. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm out here still struggling, man. It's all good though. You know what I mean? But I have a dream and I'm making it happen, and I'm putting everything together, and that's all that matters, So I have a job to do, man. It consists of a lot, but this title is really true. I've gotten more done than anyone and everyone in the last 6,000 years. That's really the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Shut down illegal organizations, like I said, shut down cartel operations in my sleep. Shut down Empower Network, right? Shut down tons of illegal organizations. You all have no idea because you're not in the know-how. Folks don't know what's going on. They don't know the facts. They don't know what they're talking about because they don't understand how quick I move. And that's the thing. This is in all different cities and states across the country. When folks talk to me, they're like, they perceive it the way they look at it. Like, you don't get it. I live real fast. So in the time, like I was talking to someone today and they're all right. They're pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, I heard they were saying whatever and this and that. I didn't even bring it up. It's all good. They were nice. They were cool. I was listening to them. I'm here to help everybody, and like I somewhat know them from my past, and like they've been through a lot. So I understand that. because I've been through a lot. So I just listen, and they make a lot of sense to me, and they were talking about everything going on down here, the reality of it. And I mean, they were talking about some real points. They know what they're talking about. So I give them that. So, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. Even if people can't really be real with themselves or real with me, I'm gonna still be real when I'm talking to them. You feel me? Like, it's all good. I ain't sweating nothing. But my point is, like, I'm here to help everybody, man. Like I said, God told me love your enemies. I try to help everybody. So that's real strength. That's strength. That's a man. When a man can, be humble and even, help the enemies who've tried every trick in the book and done everything to try to stop me. And that really gets them in a mood. That's why they say win with kindness. It's a real thing. Oh, look, they just ran away on here. How convenient. Told you. What they do, they go report back to the other agents and say, he's getting stronger. He's getting stronger. What are we going to do? Literally, that's what they do. Man, that looks cool. That looks super cool, bro. That's what I want. I want an RV, but like the nice ones. You know what I mean? In the future, that's what I want. You know what I mean? Travel with my significant other, whoever that is. But I don't know, man. It's real hard, but I'm just letting go and letting God. I don't have any attachments to anything. I just let go and, let the chips fall where they may. It's not in my hands. Anything. I don't have any power or control, and I'm completely content and okay with that. So that's the thing. That's what it takes. And yeah, I'll just continue to do God's work and God's will and keep going hard. It's never been easy. Feel me? But like I said, we just continue to push. I don't know, man. My strength levels are through the roof, man. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. And like, I know certain days, I know when I'm going to be a little behind and when I'm not. And I don't know why it's like that, but it is. But like, I know what I'm doing. Like, certain days give me an edge and an advantage over others. So like, this was the day, like, I'm not, I might be a little bit behind sometimes. And I could feel it a little bit, but I was still doing real well. So that's the thing. Like, when I get in my mode of how I really operate, that's going to carry over, and then it's going to make it even easier. So y'all probably about to see me do some crazy stuff on them bars. You know what I mean? I did 100 one-arm pull-ups the other day. I mean, yeah, they're real mini and they're small, but it's a one-arm pull-up. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you do them. You're not going to go all the way up and all the way down, bro. It's one arm. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get to the point where I can do those too, but that's different. That's full extension. You know what I mean? So I really did 100 reps that day, and that's the most I've ever done. And you saw I was just up there, and it was like I was chilling. Like, I'm that strong already. That's crazy, man. I got to work on the left arm because the left arm I can't do like one, and that's just how it is sometimes, So I got to figure out how to, that's what I always do. We train both sides, ambidextrous. I did it in baseball, and in baseball I could, bat with the right and the left equally. Sometimes better depending on like the time. I just change. Sometimes I bat better left-handed, sometimes right-handed, and I had the most what's in my whole entire Western Hills Little League, and that's where they filter everybody to go into Westlake High School and then to go into UP. So I come from Austin, Texas. I was born there, and people don't get I was literally the best athlete that was ever produced in Austin, Texas out of all time. And that's my thing is, when we got these people, like, I text homeboy at an odd hour and he's talking about it was this time. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's when I started my day. You know what I mean? Like, and he just didn't say anything, like, right. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is, everybody does the same thing, man. They get on the phones and they get on the computers and they want to start talking in a different way they don't talk in reality. That's what I mean by the masks are slipping. The masks are coming off, because he's been wearing a mask, and I've been calling it out on here this entire time. You know what I mean? I don't care. Just because you give me money, you know what I mean, for certain things doesn't mean you're on my side. That's what people don't understand. It doesn't mean you want to see me win or you're really trying to help me just because you paid for some things. You know, that's what he would do. He has that kind of ego and attitude where it's really all about money, and he's trying to act like money's no object, and I think make himself feel better. And like when he bought that bike, he's like, "Oh, I'm not mad or anything, but I'm trying to buy you a bike, bro. I mean, come on, like, okay, then buy the bike. What's with all the extra talk in the conversation? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You know, you got to be in a position where I mean, quite frankly, you got to be in a higher position where you above, you know, to talk like that. And since you're nowhere close to my position, wouldn't you just talk the way that you should talk? See what I'm saying? Just because you got some money and your parents give you money, like I said, and pay your college tuition and give you a new vehicle because you can't drive. You see what I'm saying? You got to remember sometimes who you're talking to. You know what I mean? Like real talk. See, that's the difference. Yeah. Don't get too confused now. Let's not forget who we are now. Yeah. That's the one that he'll be zoning out right in front of you, and he doesn't know what's going on ever, and but money's no object because, like I said, just like most of them out here, the parents are who pay for everything. Like again, I appreciate the help. I'm grateful, but that's as far as it goes. It doesn't mean it turns into anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. I know somebody feels me. So that's the thing. Just because you got some money at a certain time, that don't mean nothing. I outrank everyone and everything spiritually. Look at this. Take 20 hours. Yeah, I guess we are 20 hours. They going straight, bro, and they're like stopping. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, like I said, that's my whole deal, man. We gonna keep on winning right in front of them. We gonna keep on being successful, right? We gonna keep on getting our dough and getting our money, and it's just that simple, man. You know what I mean? Like real talk. So that's my thing. Like, it's the least of my concern, man. Games and whatever, you gotta understand. I operate and do my thing all over the country. So me personally, I could care less. You know what I mean? Real talk. We gonna win no matter what, right? You feel me? That's what I'm saying, man. Antics. You know what I mean? Because they ain't got an answer, right? Yeah, you can see what it is, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't worried about that. Folks can drive wherever, drive however, ask silly questions, say silly things. You see what I'm talking about? And that's my whole point. Yeah, homeboy's mask is slipping. That's what that is. You feel me? I'd have filmed this right now because they still just sitting there going in circles, reversing and turning around. They just did a whole U-turn in the middle of the street. Like, it's weird. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, we keep on moving forward. Feelings are not facts. I ain't worried about folks and their feelings. And that's what I'm saying. It's not normal behavior. It never has been. You understand? Yeah. And it doesn't worry me slightly. You know what I mean? Like, folks is phased. They're in their feelings. And it just goes to show that says the truth. That says there's a lot of criminals around. That says there's a lot of illegal activity going on. Right? Well, that's why I do what I do, man. I stand up for what's right. Everybody knows what I do and how I get down and who I am. Feel me? So that's the thing. Like I said, let them do their antics. You know what I mean? It shows an energy of fear. That's all it shows. You know what I mean? And me, I'm just a very serious guy. So like I said, I protect my energy. My energy is very serious. You know what I mean? So folks got to come correct. But yeah, like I said, let him do what he does. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I said, and like you should be doing your job, which is paying me, just like you helped me to cover the phone bill, right? You should be doing that again this month instead of talking about, yeah, a job, blah, blah, blah. Brother, I got a job. I'm out here doing everything that nobody else can do. It sounds silly, man. Like I'm the Messiah, bro. You serious? Yeah. I'm Batman, the real thing. So I work 24 hours a day, brother. You know what I mean? Like, of course I'm gonna text at odd hours, but but we ain't gotta text. I don't gotta talk to you. Like, we ain't gotta talk. You understand? Like I said, like, I don't know what your deal is. I could care less. But like, I'm gonna tell you something straight up. Again, people don't pay my college tuition. I ain't in an apartment that's funded by my parents, right? And I don't have a bunch of paintings. He got paintings that he like drawing on. Like, how you going to draw on paintings? Then paintings is probably worth money, and they gave them to you, and you drawing on them. Like, you see what I was talking about? That's why I kept telling y'all, I'm like, we might have a real Joker on our hands, bro. Now we can laugh and make jokes, but I'm being for real. Like, I saw it ahead of time, and I told you that's how it would be with Batman and the Joker. Like, that's exactly how it would go. I'm sure they would meet and be cool at first, and then you would notice the energy and how offhand it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the mask is slipping. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird, man. It's a very weird energy. We went to eat at that wing stop. Remember, I told you, and we were sitting there, and he just wouldn't stop talking. And the things that he says, like the things that come out of his mouth are crazy, bro. Like, he got that repetitive nature where he keeps saying it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the thing. That's why they said, "Can you lower your voice?" Because the way he was talking in there was crazy, bro. And I'm sitting there trying to eat, and I can't eat when somebody's talking like a teleprompter, bro. You know what I mean? Like, real talk, like, it gives me anxiety, bro. Like, can you like chill out, bro? Like, have a seat and sit down. Like, bro, it's not that serious. You're not doing nothing. You're not accomplishing nothing. Like, that's the part I don't get. And this new generation is full of them, man. It's got a lot of people that love to talk, but they words is empty, and they ain't talking about nothing. And other than that, I just see folks entertaining the same culture, the same group, right? And being unfair, and quite frankly, it's all about the same thing. Where, I mean, I ain't got to say it, man. You already know what it is. Like I said, they get every opportunity. All these so-called women nowadays, that, like I told you, they mothers were who was pursuing me and interested in me, right? The older women, right? They was, like, my whole point is, now this new generation, they don't even know what a man is. They don't have a clue. They get on internet and talk crazy when that's not even who they are, and they don't talk like that in reality. Like, if I'm saying reality, reality just stands. What do you mean? I'm a grown man, bro. You know what I mean? And I do what I want to do. That's the other thing too. Like, they trying to create this culture and this paradigm of fear. Like, you can't do anything or go anywhere or talk to anyone. Like, I talk to who I want and I do what I want. I ain't worried about nothing y'all talking about. I ain't worried about following your rules. I'm not worried about your little fake system that I already defeated. I just do what I want to do. So understand that. Whatever make me happy, I'm gonna do it. That's the whole point of why I want to touch base with people, and they should be touching base with me. And that's going to require them paying me. So when folks want to pay me and holler and let me know what the situation is, then that way it makes it easier for me to move forward knowing what's going on. But you're going to have to put some capital up. If you ain't paid me, this is just like somebody, if it's a woman trying to get in a relationship with me, if you ain't paid me and put some real money, it's like making a car payment. You feel me? You ain't filled out the girlfriend application. You didn't put down no money for this car payment. I mean, you got to send me some real money. You know what I mean? And if not, and if you're struggling, that's fine. I mean, like I said, then just let me know what's going on so you can show up and be around me in reality. Because the more time you waste, I'm a good looking dude. And I mean, we don't know. I might end up meeting somebody. I was talking to a woman today for like the whole day. I'm just saying, you don't know, you know? Somebody else might take advantage and take the opportunity that y'all are just sleeping on and don't want to make a move on. That's my point. So if we just communicate, communication is key, like I said, and we talk. And I told these folks this already, all of them, right? If you just speak, then I can know, oh, okay, so I'm good. I'm in a relationship, because right now I have no idea what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So if folks let me know, then it's easier for me, because then when I'm in the street, if somebody hollers at me, I can say, I'm not interested. I got a girlfriend. I'm taking it. You feel me? And that's because I want to do things the right way. You know what I mean? So it just shows that you don't care, because if you care, you'd go out your way and send $1, bro. You can send $1 and be like, I'm yours. I love you. And I'm on my way. Something like that. But if you can't do that, then don't expect me to sit here and wait and play games, and don't expect me to feel some way when, if I move forward in any aspect, then I'm going to look at it like, do you get what I'm saying? If somebody's talked to me in the past and we had agreed, like there was a relationship there, which is what happened online, right? And then you're not respecting that or taking it seriously. So then I move forward. Then when you actually show up in person, I'm always look at things differently because you didn't respect it and take it seriously. Like I believe in true love. I believe in loyalty and faithfulness. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not going out my way to talk to nobody no more. I have tried 8 million times. Folks have made it clear that somehow I don't understand, but they need to get their priorities straight because I am the priority. You feel me? So yeah, you might want to start caring because me, I'm a good looking dude. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. Like, oh no, like trust me, bro. All I got to do is just be outside, and women trying to holler and talk to me. Seriously, that's the part people forget. I'm real as hell. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about what people think and how they feel and all that. Like I said, we were always having fun. We were always doing our thing. Always. We've been doing this for decades, man. People love me. They got love for me, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, hopefully people will reach out. I'm not doing it because I've already tried 8 million times. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like, what we have here is a failure to communicate. I would love to stop the nonsense because I really ain't on none. You know what I mean? Like I said, I focus on my craft and getting stronger and better at what I do every day. I focus on working in these streets and these blocks. I focus on doing what it needs to be done. But I'm just saying, you should take it seriously because you're gonna have to. With me, I have to know that I'm cared for and that I'm taken seriously. I've moved from many a place and just left places no matter what because the folks around me didn't care about me. You need to understand that. I did that in Atlanta. That was the whole problem in Atlanta. Like I realized the folks that I was renting from and my roommates, they didn't care about me. You know what I mean? That one that he would donate like $10 and then talk about he makes so much money doing heating and air. Like apparently not. If it's such a problem to send $10, you know, nah, he was acting some way and he had a lot to say when I was in and out of jail out there and going through a lot. And it was like, and everybody did. Everybody was jelly. They let me know that they was jelly of the money I was making and getting at that time when I was spending like 10 racks a month. Like everyone, there wasn't no friends. So when I looked at it and I'm in that situation, and especially like, nah, bro, like when I was renting there, like, nah, when I realized people didn't care about me, I was like, man, I'm out. Like real talk. I just up and left. I didn't care what was going on. I didn't care if I lost some money that I paid for rent or whatever. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking, I'm going through something serious, right? I remember I was going through something very serious at that time too. I'm not going to explain it and go into it, but I remember it was super serious. And there was things back to back at that time. And that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, bro, I want to be somewhere where people care about me. I want to be somewhere where people hold me down. And I'm good where I'm at, but I'm just saying, for whatever my next situation is, on top of everything, because I'm going to build on top of everything I already got and everything is secured, you know, I want to make sure that the people around me really care about me. Like, I'm not going to be in a relationship unless I know that person really cares for me, like, really loves me, and I'm their first priority. You know what I mean? So, other than that, like I said, I mean, anyone can talk to me and holler at me, man. I'm a normal dude and I'm just trying to make it and survive like everybody else. I don't know what the big deal is. That's why it's always been weird to me because so many people have expressed, they don't express it directly. They all talk, behind my back, and everybody has acted like they feel some way, they're on something, and it's getting better. I think people are starting to see the truth about me and the reality, but I don't understand why you didn't day one. Because I've been the same dude. Even when I had, over a quarter million, 300,000 in the bank, I was real as hell and talking to people the same way. I'm a street dude. That's what I'm saying. Like with all these so-called women, I'm gonna say this too about the valley, and this is just a fact, and people in the valley are gonna agree with me. But there's a lot of so-called women in the valley that they have like this hyper-inflated ego, and it's not just the valley; it's in Austin, it's everywhere, man. Like these women, I don't know who you think you are. I'm gonna tell you straight up, but like you're not above me. I hope y'all know that. Yeah. In fact, you're not even close to my level. Yeah. And that's the thing that, like, I can't deal with it. I don't got the patience. I don't wanna be around it. Like, if you trying to talk to me, have some respect and talk to me. I'm not even your equal. Like, I'm definitely on another playing field. You feel me? I don't like that. I don't like when folks have an attitude that they think they above someone. I don't know who's telling you these things, but they lied to y'all straight up. You know what I mean? And you can just tell by somebody's persona when they don't want to say hello to you, when they don't want to act like a normal person. And you could tell they ain't never been through nothing. And is that not the state of, most majority so-called women? They ain't never been through nothing. I don't know why you think you're above anyone. That's what they say. And they all talk right in front of you. They like to make it real apparent and say some kind of, wording that doesn't even exist or make sense. They got magical thinking. Meanwhile, every day they could be in a relationship with me and being productive and actually doing something. They want to sit there talking and talking about everybody and gossiping. Like, what's the point? Gossiping ain't good for you in the first place. Yeah, see, that's not what you should be doing. See, that's the difference in generations. Like the old school women knew that they had to work. They was working and building and they knew that they had to find a man. And that's the thing with this fake independence and these fake jobs. That's what it's created, this dichotomy. I don't know why women think, "Oh, I'm pretty or I'm good looking. Oh, that makes me above folks." I've had them tell me straight up that they think that and I don't understand how. Because I mean, I spend more money than you. I mean, hell, I look better than really all of you. Let's get real. I'm taller than you. I'm stronger than you. I've definitely made and spent more money. I mean, I'm light years beyond you because most of y'all broke and poor. Actually, you all struggle and you never make any dough. You feel me? Like that's the thing. Like, nah, I'm gonna be real. Like, it's just like if somebody introduced me to someone, they gonna have to keep it a buck. Okay. Like I've had friends back in the day, they would introduce me to women and like we would try for a while, me and that woman, and like it just didn't work out. I'd have to tell them, like, please don't raise your voice. Like people don't get I'm a real dude. Like, I've been in every situation, especially with women. So it's like, nah, like I'm gonna say what it is. Like you gotta know who you talking to. If we gonna act like we above someone, I mean, there's levels to this game, honey, and ain't nobody close. You feel me? Like that's the thing. Like, it's like they always want to talk about this and that and say these certain things, just like when the readings is talking about this and that. Like I said, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of how I look. I don't have nothing to fix or change. And like I said, I'm gonna maintain that position. You know what I mean? Like I would love to do what's good for me as long as it's good. But I mean, we're gonna have to talk to people who really know what they're doing because I'm not enduring anything more. I've been through more than enough when it comes to all that. So that's the thing. No, I'm just real as hell, and I've been through a lot. And like, like I said, like I'm beautiful. Like I said, I'm prettier than all these so-called women. They should be trying to holler at me. Who is they hollering at? That's what I want to know. Because most of them lonely as hell, taking selfies every day. Uh-huh. So all I'm saying is you ain't above me. I don't know, who that act works with. I could see it in folks' eyes in two milliseconds. I could detect it immediately. Like, I don't know who's telling you these things. I don't know who you think you are, but you got things a little misconstrued, huh? So, like I said, if folks want to talk to me, I mean, holla and have a conversation. Like I said, I'm easy to get along with. I'm very patient. I have total self control and control over my emotions. But just make sure when you're talking to me, you talk to me with respect. That I stand on. And that's the difference. I'm not these other dudes. You understand? I'm not these other little homies. I'm not these other people. And I'm for sure not these women. So that's it. It's just all about respect with me. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, that's my point. Like, I mean, it's pretty much the faker that you are, the more they act like that's the direction to go because this generation is fake and they don't know how to produce any results or be real. And you ain't gonna get nowhere like that. There's dudes, I'm telling you, who do social media all day while they working at like a wing stop in New York or like a McDonald's in New York, been working fast food for generations and years. And I'm a guy that I've had over $300,000 in a bank account, sold 50-acre properties for over 100,000. It should have been 150,000. We all know why it wasn't, right? But I made millions every year consecutively independent capital. So folks don't seem to get, I'm not just talking. I mean, I got receipts. So we a little different. So when I get this money this go around and this time, you're going to see the attitude shift and change immediately. And that's the thing. Like I think that's why the masks are slipping with these dudes. Like the one I'm saying, we could have a potential joker because I think they know that my blessing coming. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I can smell when folks are disingenuous. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, don't change your demeanor and your persona and your attitude. I see that's the thing that I don't tolerate. You acted one way with me day one, keep it the same way and act the same way, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'm just saying, like clear as day, you are not me. Like, no, bro, we have nothing in common like that. That's the point. Like, see, I do everything for my respect. Folks like that, they don't know anything about respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So me, nah, I stand on business. Always. You understand? It don't matter where I'm at, what it is, it don't matter, bro. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Isn't that the type of dude? That's a real man, right? I'm the only real man who ever existed, right? So isn't that what so-called women should be chasing and trying to pursue and attain and get? And if that's not what you're trying to get, then what are you doing out here? Because I mean, look at them. I mean, look at Christian Rock. Look at any of them, Christina Aguilera. Look at all these this fake celebrity environment we have. All that stuff is just about demons. That's all it is. It's about demonic possession and folks worshiping demons. That's literally what most of the public is doing. What are y'all talking about? Yeah. Cardi, you know who, Nicki, you know who, all that stuff is a joke, man. They ain't talking about nothing. You know what I mean? You know where she used to work, right? All of them, they all used to work at the club. So I mean, that's the reality. Is like I'm the dude that would come in the club. I'm in the club. You can find me in the club. I was in the club with my millions of dollars in the club and getting to hand select and pick whatever and whoever I want. You come over here, honey. Have a seat and listen to the boss. So I'm just saying that's the truth and that's the way of the world. Like I'm not cheering for my own team. I'm not just talking to talk. This really is a man's world. So that's all I'm saying is if you can't respect a man being a man, then I mean you don't respect nothing. You don't have no self-respect. You don't respect anyone. And that's that new generation. And that's why I don't deal with them and I don't talk to them and I don't want to. I don't want to communicate with them. Because you have to have respect. I'm a man. I'm the warrior for God and the soldier for God. Yes, I've been through insane stuff. We're back to back to back for years. And you know why I do it? So that I mean, I do it for the world and I do it for me and I do it for God, but my point is I also do it for you. I do it for women. And I've come to bat for women time and time again and they've given me no credit. All the women who talk behind my back and have something negative to say that doesn't exist, most of them owe me money. You get what I'm saying? See, they don't make the rules here. I do. So that's my point. Like, no, I'm saying the truth and reality. This is a man's world, and you should be pursuing and looking for a real man. And since I happen to be the only one, the choices are, pretty slim pickings here, aren't they? And why would you want another choice when I look better? I'm literally made like the literal spitting image. I'm God's gift to women in the world. Literally, you could tell by the way you just look at me, the way I'm created and made. Literally, that's what I don't understand. Like, what are folks talking about? Like, you got to really be on some jellyfish energy to not see that. And I've been saying that for decades. Like, real talk. You know what I mean? Like, first of all the stereotypes are wrong. Like, my hands ain't that big. Why? Because my hand is meant to fit with the other hand, right? Perfectly. Because that's how love works and that's how God made it. I'm kicking facts. I'm saying the truth. I was made for women, but women don't appreciate me. They don't appreciate much of nothing. And let me ask you this: is any woman rich? Nope. So that's why, like, when I get around them, I ain't hearing nothing. If you want to talk to me about some facts, I mean, have a seat and kick some facts. I would love to see that because, see, that's the thing. They all in their feelings all the time. They're quick to get easily offended. They're not quick to go make some real money, or they could never come close to me. None of them. They ain't quick to talk some real talk. They ain't quick to do what their job is, which you're supposed to be backing and supporting a man. And that's my point. With any woman trying to holler at me or talking and saying this is this is that, your job is to support me and financially. That's your job. The rules were already reversed, and I'm not a part of that. But my point is, I've taken care of everyone for my entire life. I've paid every bill, land taxes, everything. I've done everything for everyone. I've given all my money to other people. Don't you think it's time that I get a woman that wants to take care of me? And that's exactly what God is about to give me. So that is my point, and that's all I'm saying is like you have to be human and treat me as a human. I have, you can say flaws. I don't feel I do at all, but I'm saying I have flaws, and not in image or how I look, but I have flaws in the sense that I've been through hell, right? I have things I've been through. I'm a human being. Treat me like a human being, like you would any other human being. And that's not something I ask for. That's what I demand. You get what I'm saying? So no, I got feelings just like everyone else. I cry like everyone else. I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? So treat me like a human being. You're going to take care of me and be there for me and care, then care. And what I'm saying is the more the generations go, grow and they're not growing, but the more they change and the more we go, into these new years and it's a new time and new generation, the colder they get. Does that make sense? And that's what we don't need. We don't need that. We need women who are nurturing, caring, and care and have a heart. So for me, like all it's going to take is for me to meet the right one that actually has a heart and shows they care. And really, I know for a fact that they truly care, that they're not manipulating. They're not just using money to move me. If they're working with money, they're helping me genuinely with money. You get what I'm saying? It's different. So that's what I'm saying. That's all it's going to take. It's going to take the right person that's going to go out their way and be everything I want. And that's just, how the world works. And that's what I'm saying. While these other generations sit there and you haven't even come to, I mean, you'll never come within a trillionth of my success. Nobody in the millennial generation, nobody in this new generation, I don't care if they're older folks, they'll never hold a candle to me of what I've already accomplished. You understand that? This is the truth, the facts. You understand? So that's my point. Like, I mean, what are you all going to do? You're just going to sit there and keep on staying in the jellyfish energy? Cool. While you're doing that, I'm setting world records every day and I keep on pressing forward and progressing, and I am progress. See the difference? That's the difference. See, a millennial, if they get the same opportunity, they've gotten all the opportunities. I have none. If I get the same opportunity these millennials and these other groups have gotten for all these years, you're going to see me excel on a level you couldn't even understand. They're going to be like, how do you work at a 5-star company on Fortune 500 or whatever? And, within a year, you became, a multi-millionaire with cash on top of whatever you already got and all the money you made and spent. And I'm going to say, well, because I'm not a millennial, number one, because I don't waste time, I get to the bag. See, if you put me in any system, I always end up taking it over. I always end up running it and being the boss. And because I'm smarter, I'm on a whole nother level. I don't waste time because my generation is old school. Okay. This other generation is what you call the snowflake generation. So the snowflakes don't know how to build anything. And I'm from the old school where we work hard no matter what it takes. And we'll go through everything, endure, and come out the other side victorious and stronger. And those are the people that really get rich and succeed. And that's why I've always been rich. I'm rich now. Rich is a state of mind. I got equity. I'm rich. I don't know what folks are talking about. Y'all need to learn the definition of being rich. It ain't about how much money I got to my name. I'm struggling, but I got all that equity. See my point? Just like back in the day, I had on them vehicles. I still have them, quite a few of them. But right. So, I mean, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Nah, it's about what you can attain, right? If you talk about financially, I don't care about material possessions. But if you're going to talk finances and kick a financial rhetoric or financial game, then let's talk about it for real. I'm just telling you the truth. Nobody can hold a candle to me. If I get a record deal, the prison industrial complex can't do to me what they do to these other artists. Because the other artists come from the culture and the group. And what is the prison industrial complex doing concerning them? They sign them out of prison. They get them all and they put them in these positions. They build them up to break them down. And you continue to see it. You're seeing it with Floyd Mayweather right now. You saw it with Diddy. You see it with King Von. You saw it with Tupac. You saw it with Biggie. You see it with every single one of them because every artist has to sell their soul to the devil, right? Every single one of them. It doesn't matter who it was. Okay. You see it with Cameron. You see it with Joel Santana. You see it with Jim Jones, who has the name of a false prophet who did some crazy stuff for a reason, because that's what demonology and all that demonic Freemason stuff is. It's always the name of a what? What is it? They using the names of what? Think about it. 50 Cent. You know who the real 50 Cent was? Did you hear what that man did? See my point? All this world is a gateway, man. It's all about whether you keep your soul or you sell it. And my soul is priceless, and my soul ain't for sale. So I want easy. And I made and spent more money than all you Masons combined. So yeah, I'm winning in life. Yeah. And what's crazy to me is millennials will literally say the opposite set tone of rhetoric. I had someone use that exact wording the other day, and knowing they're not making any sense and don't know who you're talking to, and you're talking to a chat room. That's the thing with this generation. Everything they say you can't take serious. It's all a joke and it doesn't exist. Yeah. And I told them repeatedly, yeah, and I get paid to talk, honey. So what are you on? What are you talking about? See, that's the thing. Nah, bro. Like I said, over here, folks got to talk to me with some respect. A whole lot of it, actually. Put some respect on my name. Yeah, yeah. All that other stuff, right? I mean, that's for whatever. You know what I mean? That's for other folks, not me. You feel me? So, like I said, that's my thing. People can say whatever they want. They can use words, whatever. I never get in my feelings because I don't care. Because anything you saying is empty and it doesn't exist. There's no substance to it, and everything I'm kicking is an actual fact. I spit documented fact. That's why I win. Like I said, people try to rewrite their own history. People try to rewrite who built this country. We all know who built this country. My ancestors and my people. What are you talking about? Like, common sense, bro. Like it's crazy, man. So, like I said, that's all I really got to say. Let them do what they do. Let them stay in their jellyfish energy, and we're gonna stay winning. You feel me? Like I said, that title is 100% true. Like I said, I'm the man who defeated the cartel. I'm the man who defeated this establishment and the entire system. One man truly is bigger than the system, and I'm barely getting started. And like I said, I work every day. I deal with affairs that are nationwide and worldwide already, and we're going to continue to expand. And the point is to get me in another, spot where I have everything I need and I'm good in different cities and states, so we can start this project in new cities and states. And what I really want to do is travel. I want to do it where I can touch down in one city, go to work on them blocks there, like go through Chicago, go to work on the blocks there, fix the city, fix every block completely. You know what I mean? As with the real deal, going out there at night as what? I'm Batman. I don't care if folks think it's crazy, funny, whatever. I mean, it's all of the above, but it's also the truth. And it's just like I said, I was crazy until folks saw my dream come true right in front of your face. And it happened quickly. I've been doing this for 3 years. It was all crazy until it worked. The crime rates are lowered out here because of Batman, bro. Things have changed and there's a lot less corruption because of me, homie. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you talking about so-called women, hell, they should all be trying to holler at me. And they don't. And it's because of preconceived notions that don't exist. It's because of how they were raised and what they were taught. And that's not good. And we need to change that. I'm just saying, you go to Miami, they act way different. You come to the Valley, it all is always the same demeanor. And I don't understand it. And it's not even like, how do I put it? Like, there's great people, there's good people, but it's like, I don't know, bro. It's like they were just, it's like somebody told them all that something negative that's not there. And that's my point, is it's not fair. And I'm not going to try. This is the thing I don't do in 2026, and I won't for the rest of my life. I don't enter into or play games or deal with situations with women or anybody that aren't fair, and there's no way for me to win. And that's just called being a smart man. See what I'm saying? I've been through all that, man. I've been through it where, the family feels whatever way just because I exist and I'm me. I'm not going through that ever again. I don't want to. It was horrible. That's what folks don't get. I've tried to love everyone with all my heart and soul, and all I am is love. And I'm not going to ever be in a situation like that again, because it's so hard to even love someone who doesn't want to love you back, and much less when you have everyone around them, acting the way they are and making their little remarks and stuff. It's a constant, what, all the time. I don't want to ever go through that, bro. Ever. I'm so glad I'm out of that, man. It was horrible, bro. Like, honestly, bro. I've been through so much in my life. It's unbelievable. That's why I'm at the point I'd rather walk away from a situation before I have to go through any more anything, bro. I've been through too much, man. That's what people forget. I'm a real tough dude, but I'm also a human being, and I've got emotions and a heart, and I deserve to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, truly, I deserve to be happy, man. I deserve somebody that loves me, man. I'm not some cartoon character over here. I got a heart and I'm a real person. All I do is help people. You know what I mean? So that's my point. Like, nah, bro, I'm a human being, man. Folks should be treating me like a human being, just like you should treat everyone like a human being. You know what I mean? That's my thing, and that's why people listen to me because they know they're like, yeah, he's human, he's real about stuff. He don't just sit there and accept this robotic fake stuff. You know what I mean? Hell no. Hell nah, never. Ever, ever, ever. So like I said, my deal is I'm in a great position of success, and now moving forward, they might offer me a record deal. They may give me an NBA contract, but I'm gonna negotiate mine, and I keep my soul. My soul is priceless, and my soul ain't for sale. Okay, so these are opportunities that I can capitalize on, and they're gonna have to pay me millions of dollars up front, cash that I can spend, and I'm not paying nothing back. I don't want your advances. I ain't paying no record label a dime back. I want money up front. Now, if you're going to do it, if that's just how it works, whatever, that's fine. But give me at least 100,000 to a million up front, and then we'll talk. That's number one, and that's just with the music. Other than that, whatever opportunity coming to me, it's going to be sealed and signed and delivered by God. So I know it's going to be right. And that's for what? That's to fund what? That's the funding for this project. That's the funding for what we doing here and what all the efforts are towards. Right? Why? Because I'm Batman. So, like I said, folks love it here. I mean, all of them. Like I said, even the officials driving around, they're on the intercom saying, "I'm Batman." They love it, and that's cool. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a real goal. It's a real thing, and that's what I need. I need support. I need people behind me of all creeds, all everything. You know what I mean? I want everyone behind me supporting. And if you can support financially, I would truly appreciate it. I'm grateful for every little penny and dime I get, and that's the truth. Because it's my dream and I'm not letting go of my dream. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care how impossible it is to you. Ain't nothing impossible with me and ain't nothing impossible with God. And I've already proven that beyond a shadow of doubt and beyond belief and comprehension. So, like I said, you'll see us continue to push forward. And I'm going to get where I'm doing this up in New York, New Orleans, Los Angeles. I'm going to go to work on them blocks, Chicago, everywhere. And I'm going to fix everything because we all know what's going on in this country. If you listen to me, you know. And I know what's going on. And I'm going to put a stop to it all. All this evil, I'm going to put a stop to. And I'm going to continue to protect the people because that's really what it's about. That's everything I do is about protecting you. It's about protecting the people. So I want people out there to help me to help you. And the way you do that is putting money in my pocket. I'm not trying to get rich off no one. I'm not just trying to save just to have money. I'm saving because I got to build this project. We need funding for this project. And that's just what it is. We need funding. We need resources. I need bicycles. I need e-bikes. I need e-scooters. I need to travel. I need drivers. I need everything. You understand? What is this? So, like I said, we're going to keep on moving forward, and it's that simple. You feel me? I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're going to keep on winning. We're going to keep on moving forward, and it's just that simple. Feel me? So, yeah, like I said, it is what it is. I'm the boss. Feel me? All right. I'll talk to y'all in a minute, man. It's easy. You know what I mean? Everything's easy. You know what I mean? Like, this was not easy. Ain't nothing easy with this. But like I said, I believe in myself, and I know I can accomplish and do anything because I'm Tyree Sneed. I give all credit and glory to God, and I'm gonna say this again, man, so that you really understand reality. You know what I mean? How do I put it? That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be doing this up in New York, Chicago, everywhere, bro. Florida, everywhere. Feel me? So that's all I really gotta say, man. I'm gonna get going, bro. You know what I mean? But I appreciate it. I love everybody, and I forgive everyone, and that's about it, man. Like I said, we're gonna keep on building and move forward, and I'm gonna get this going on. Like I said, I will be doing this in New York, and it's unavoidable because I'm becoming more necessary every day. The folks are gonna have to work with me. Everybody's gonna have to work with me. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Folks is talk. Oh, we're gonna be in Philly too. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. They all have, the first thing they want to say is something like some doubt, some negativity. Like I said, that's that other generation. That's weakness. There is no doubt. There is no negativity. There's nothing but opportunity, like Tupac said, and this is the truth. I'm the truth, the way, and the light, and I'm the one true Messiah and the Son of God. You better get right. If I tell you I'm gonna change things in Philly, that's what I'm gonna do. I tell you I'm gonna change things in Chicago, that's what I'm gonna do. You don't understand. This is the power of God and the Holy Spirit within me, partner. That's what everybody doesn't understand. They talk to me. I have no limitations. Batman has no limits. There's no such thing as limits. You understand? And when you don't perceive any limitations, guess what? They disappear and vanish because there is no limits. They don't exist for me. You understand? And the rules don't apply to me. I'm just different. I'm a god amongst men. Yeah. But like I said, that's my goal. I want to get where I'm traveling, and then I can do this in New York, then go to Boston, and run this project in different cities and states across this country and take it worldwide. I want to go to different countries. I'm talking about doing the real thing. Everything that folks don't have the heart or courage to do, I'm going to be doing. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. It's humorous, but it's also my life and reality. So get ready and, let's do it. You know what I mean? Easy. I'll talk to you in a minute, man.